Another day, another tragic disaster happening with another Stellantis product. Why does this not surprise me? Roll the intro. What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and in today's video we're going to be talking a little bit about issues at Ram and Jeep and these subpar components and whether or not it's time for them to recall them. So I've done a couple of stories in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. You guys can see the videos here on the channel, which clearly show on video the electronic failures that are going on at Stellantis right now, and that shouldn't surprise you for a European company making electronics. Unfortunately, it looks like Stellantis has had some subpar components going into Grand Wagoneers, Jeep Grand Cherokee L's, and some Ram 1500, 2500, and 3500s. And at this point, it is, I told you, I said, I wonder how long it's going to be before there's an accident or a problem that pops up before somebody gets hurt. And well, it just happened. Customer out of Texas had a Ram 2500, was experiencing this weird digital glitch issues that we've seen on the Jeep Wagoneer as well as the Grand Cherokee L, and we've documented it on video in detail. There's been news articles and stories about it. And now we have a customer here who bought this 2500 Ram, and it is the diesel variant. And upon inspection by his insurance company, or what caused the accident. Now, what I don't understand is, I don't understand how the vehicle is able to shift itself into reverse. There should be multiple systems that stop that from happening. To give you a prime example, like in my BMW right now, if I was to push the gear into R, it would literally just flash at me and be like, no, it's not going to happen. Even food stamp Chevys, like the Malibu, the Chevy Cruze, other trash vehicles have that same protection. So the only way that this could happen is like a total failure of the system. But anyways, Ram 2500 going down the highway in the greater Houston area, shifts either down into like first gear, sounds like the F-150 issue, right? Or into reverse. And the customer says on his dash, it said it went to R, it dinged a couple of times, and then the tires just went like, if you've ever had a vehicle that's locked up brakes or had something happen, you know what that sounds like. So that happens. He loses control, smashes into the Jersey barrier. Truck's total. Truck was like 9 days old. Insurance company does their investigation into what happened, and what did they find? The same thing that I told you that I was investigating, that we're doing with the parts from a Grand Wagoneer now. Data collision. Cheap, subpar parts, subpar boards, subpar modules, and it could also be bad software. But State Farm, in their investigation of the accident and looking at all of the parts, and this is also goes to the reason why we're covering this today too, is this also goes to, it's going to cost you more money to insure a Stellantis vehicle moving forward, because the insurance companies are now going, holy shit, like, are you serious right now? And they're very serious. The data collision is definitely an issue. It's a problem. Happens. And I mean, I'll give you an example. It's what's going on with these Stellantis vehicles would be the akin of trying to run brand new iPhone software like iOS 18 and throwing it onto an iPhone 3GS or the original iPhone, right? Could you get some parts to work? Yes. Or is it going to glitch because it's the hardware is so underpowered and can't run that software? Yes. And that's what's happening. The subpar components, which are a 100% fault of Carlos Tavares for trying to cost cut, ship everything overseas, buy cheap ass components, and get cheap ass software written, is 100% at fault for this accident, the injuries, and any other ones that are going to happen moving forward. And I don't think this is going to be the only one that we see. I think you're going to see more and more of these accidents where, you know, look, we've only seen these when the vehicles have been parked in terms of the Jeeps and stuff yet. And then one customer saying that, you know, his Jeep went into reverse, the one that was on the news, and then it just died, right? It just shut, the engine just shut off. So, I mean, that in itself at highway speeds is concerning when your vehicle just loses power. But, I mean, when is NHTSA, when is the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration going to come in and say, hey, it's time for you to recall all these vehicles. It's time for you to replace all these PCMs. It's time for you to replace all of these components that are having data collision issues where here's the thing. It's when we do the video on it, when we're able to replicate the same issue with these modules, I know people are going to say, oh, well, it's because they're not actually in a vehicle and you can just make it do that. Yes. Yeah, you can, but you're not supposed to. It's not supposed to just do that. But anyways, I thought it was interesting. I got to pull up here to the Sinclair. I got to get some gas. But it was just something I wanted to talk to you guys about because I saw this and I was like, oh, great. You know, I said this before. I said, how long is it until somebody gets hurt? And it finally happened. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I wish people had some common damn sense, you know. And I know Carlos Tavares maybe had an epiphany probably because the board was up his ass. You know, probably because the board was up his ass about, you know, earnings are going to be bad, stock price is going to get cut again. And I don't know, man. I feel so bad for the people that work there because they're all about to get screwed, man. All about the ones that are left here in America, anyway. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And you guys already know what time it is, right? And as always, ladies and gentlemen, stay petty, my friends. Oh, by the way, if you happen to use Sinclair and stuff, not sponsored, but the Dyno app right now, if you download the Dyno app, you can save 25 cents a gallon. And for somebody like me that lives in an ass-raped gasoline state like Nevada, or if, God forbid, you live in California, this could save you a ton of money by merely downloading this app. So now I'm paying $3.65 a gallon instead. So stay petty.